Each and every day I start with a sense of adventure and also an awareness of peril or danger that could be awaiting me in the next 24 hours. I don't know how you feel, but I feel a little grip of fear, and as well as the thrill of excitement as I look forward to each and every day. And standing at the gateway of this new uncharted territory, because we've never been there before and we will never be there again afterward, makes us feel very much like explorers entering an unknown land where we do not know what lies ahead, what perils may beset us, or what joys might await us. It is hard to know. Well, hello, and welcome once again to another Heart to Heart Talk with me. I'm John Kuert, the pastor at Alpha Assembly in Clarion, Pennsylvania, and so glad to be with you again, bringing you a little message from my heart to your heart. And I hope it will be a blessing to you today. Well, the 20th Psalm is just really great for talking about this kind of thing because it's a song that the people of Israel sang when the king went forth to battle. And actually, each and every day, whether you realize it or not, we go forth to battle for the next 24 hours. And then we take a rest, and then the next day it's the same thing. And before he went out to face the peril and the uncertainty of war, they sang this psalm as a prayer for his safety and victory. It was not just a nice custom on their part, as like when we gather at the beginning of a year sometimes, and you hear a song like Old Lang Syne or something like that, which gives us a little twinge of nostalgia. No, this was a genuine prayer, an expression of their faith, a song of trust in the power of the living God who would keep the king and his armies in the midst of a desperate battle. And this psalm falls into three natural divisions. The first five verses are the people's prayer for the king, and then verses 6 through 8, we have the king's response, and then verse 9 is the shout of or benediction by the people. So let me just read a little bit of this Psalm 20. It's verse 1 through 9. You can read it on your own, but here's what it starts out. May the Lord answer you when you are in distress. May the name of the God of Jacob protect you. May he send you help from the sanctuary and grant you support. And then they said, we will shout for joy when you are victorious, and we'll lift up our banners in the name of our God. I almost think that Jesus would pray this for each and every one of us as we go forth in our days. And the Holy Spirit would be right there with him, just praying these very things and giving us a sense of victory, even going out each day. And I like verse 7. It says, some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. And those enemies will be brought to their knees and will fall, but we will rise up and stand firm. So that's the kind of thing that happened when the king was going out to battle with his armies, and the people were praying this. And it's interesting as you read through the Old Testament to see all the different ways that God brought victory to the armies of Israel. He had some unorthodox military strategies against incredible odds, but they had victory again and again. And by the way, I believe Israel will have victory in this battle that she is fighting at this very moment as I speak to you. But there are lots of examples: Joshua, Gideon, Jehoshaphat, many, many more. And why did God direct them in these ways? Because he wanted to teach them to trust him, to depend on him, and not on their own might or strength or methods. And David got quite a reputation early in his life as being a great warrior. But the reason for his successes was his dependence upon God. And I know in my own life, the victories that I have won is because I've depended upon God. And Today, I was just thinking of a battle that I faced 21 years ago on November the 2nd of 2002 when I had to go in the operating room and have a quadruple bypass. And they had to open up my chest and take the heart and bypass that. And usually, it takes about 8 to 10 years for them to say, well, you're going to have another one. But it's been 21 years, and recently um, they did a test on me and said that all those vessels are still clear. So I thank God for that, and it was only because of Him. I thank God for the doctors and the nurses and all the people that were there in the operating room. I didn't know what was going on. I was out cold, but I know before that I was really praying, and my wife was praying, and my whole family and the church, and it was like that was a battle that I was facing, and the church was, and people were praying for me, and I'm thankful that I was depending on the Lord as well, and He brought me through that, and so I wanted this very day give thanks to God, and I want to tell you that as you depend upon God, there are victories ahead in your life. We uh, we don't have to back down from the enemies that we face. When we every day we're in a spiritual battle, and but we can come through them with victory if we depend upon Him. And sometimes we face physical battles and emotional battles and all that, but whatever it is we're facing, if we will depend on God, like that verse 7 says in Psalm 20, some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. And there are different kinds of things that we could say are our horses and our chariots, um, but we don't depend on our resources. We don't depend on our methods or our intellect or on people or on ourselves. Those are the horses or chariots of the 21st century. But we have to depend on the Lord our God, and He will bring us through if we trust Him. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't lean to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. So let's be that kind of people that, and it will bring us victories again and again and again. And we need to realize that God is on our side, and if God's before us, who can be against us? So let's really, really depend upon Him with all of our heart, and He will bring victory. Well, I pray that, as Paul said in Romans 15:13, may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in Him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. So God bless you this day as you go forth. And I just wanted to share that little testimony with you about my own personal battle with heart issues, and I'm thankful that God has given me all these years. Had I not come through that, I would have missed a whole lot of good things happening. And so I'm thankful that He brought me through, and as I depended on Him, He was faithful, and He'll be the same to you. It's no secret, that little song says, what God can do. Well, God bless. Have a great day. And Lord willing, hopefully I'll see you sometime at Alpha Assembly. Remember, check our website, alphaag.org, or our Facebook page. God bless. Bye-bye.